Understanding the phrase, "We rest our case," a guide for English learners. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our English language learning series. Today, we're going to explore a very interesting phrase, "We rest our case." This expression is commonly used in English, but it can be a bit confusing for learners. So, let's dive into what it means, its origins, and how to use it in everyday conversation. The phrase, "We rest our case," is primarily used in a legal context. In a courtroom, when a lawyer says, "We rest our case," they are indicating that they have finished presenting evidence and arguments. They believe they have provided enough information for the judge or jury to make a decision. However, in everyday English, this phrase takes on a more figurative meaning. It's used to say that you believe you have provided enough proof or arguments to prove your point. For example, if you're in a debate and you've just given a strong argument, you might say, "We rest our case," to signal that you think you've convincingly made your point. Understanding the origins of phrases can often help us remember their meanings. The phrase, "We rest our case," comes from legal terminology. Historically, in court, after presenting all the evidence and arguments, a lawyer would say this to indicate that they have completed their part of the trial. This phrase has been adopted into everyday language, carrying with it the idea of completing an argument or presentation of evidence. Now, let's look at how to use "we rest our case" in everyday speech. It's important to note that this phrase is often used in a somewhat humorous or sarcastic manner outside of legal settings. Here are some examples. 1. After proving to your friend that your favorite restaurant is better, "See how delicious this meal is. We rest our case." 2. In a friendly debate about who's the best soccer player, "He scored the most goals last season. We rest our case." Remember, the tone and context are key when using this phrase. It's most effective when you've clearly made a strong point, and it's often used to add a bit of humor or finality to your argument. I hope this video has been helpful in understanding the phrase, "We rest our case." It's a great example of how English takes phrases from specific fields like law and integrates them into everyday language. Remember, learning a language is all about understanding these little nuances that make it so rich and interesting. Thanks for watching, and see you in our next video.